Are you looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this football and basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select two or more players, pick more or less on their projections for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the PrizePicks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, PrizePicks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/bluewire and use code BLUEWIRE. That's code BLUEWIRE at prizepicks.com/bluewire for a first deposit match of up to $100. PrizePicks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
Support for this podcast comes from Frito-Lay and the 2023 Snack Bracket Championship. The Frito-Lay Snack Challenge is underway, and fans are voting on their favorite snacks to crown champion. We're talking about primetime matchups between the best 64 snacks in the land. Will Ruffles Ridges reign supreme? Can Doritos defend their dynasty? Or will Smart Food use their smarts for a surprise upset? Only you can decide. Get in on all the action for a chance to win up to $1,000 or a year's worth of snacks. Let your snacks be heard. Just go to fritolaysnacket.sbnation.com to vote and enter for a chance to win. No purchase necessary. Sweepstakes ends April 3rd, 2023. Void where prohibited. Year's worth of snacks awarded in the form of 52 coupons, each good for one bag of chips. See official rules at fritolaysnacket.sbnation.com.
Good morning, Mavs fans. Welcome to Moneyball Minute. My name is Kirk Henderson, and I'm editor-in-chief of Mavsmoneyball.com. You are joining me on Monday, October 17th. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. Basketball is back this week with the Mavericks playing Wednesday night against the Phoenix Suns. So we're no longer speculating. We're no longer talking about preseason basketball. We get to see the real thing. You'll be wanting to come to Mavsmoneyball.com regularly throughout the week and throughout the season to get as much up-to-date news as you can, along with whatever stories our staff is thinking about that day. I've been not feeling the best, as you guys can tell in my voice. So that's why I've not been doing Moneyball Minutes, though we have been trying to do some other shows, but I've just sounded terrible. So I wanted to go over a few stories that we may have missed the last week. My favorite one was a riff off of what Matthew Berry does at the start of the fantasy football season. And it's a guy on our staff, Matthew Phillips, wrote 41 facts to know before the Dallas Mavericks season. There's all sorts of stuff in here. It's 41 independent facts, kind of context-free, but that are all really, really fun. For example, my favorite is in the final 44 games coming back after an ankle injury and getting into shape, Luka Doncic averaged 29.8 points, 9.7 rebounds, and 8.9 assists per game on 41.6% from the field, 36.5% from three, and 75.9% from the free throw line. So this is why some of us are just so bullish on the fact that we think that Luka could really have just an astronomical MVP level season. Then we have another fun piece. David Trink has been writing a column, which he's going to do every week for as long as he remembers during the season, grading the Dallas Mavericks. It's not like a straight up A's and B's column or like ranking players or anything like that. He's really going through and kind of giving grades both to players and as well as things that happen during the week or items out there. For example, he gives Luka Doncic's new player edition shoes just straight A's, and he lists some of them from the really excellent Luka, like both Luka Doncic's basketball account, and then there's the Luka Doncic's basketball account, which is really fun. I recommend you follow both of those on Twitter. Really, these Luka ones are just absurd. I have some. They're probably going to become a staple in my shoe lineup because they're the kind of shoes you can wear to do anything. Like eventually they look like the kind of shoe which might become lawn mowing shoes, but they're also just like great to wear out. And it looks like in terms of what we're going to get from a customer forward facing point of view, we're going to get a lot of different options. The player editions that are getting released to colleges are not something that we're going to get access to. And I'm told today, though I didn't know this, because Nike ID doesn't do Jordan stuff, which is probably for the best because we would all spend all of our money there. Nike ID is very dangerous. I ventured into it once and just decided to never go back. But that's where my head is with the basketball shoes. They're outstanding. Josh Bowe wrote a best and worst case scenarios piece, which I really liked because it's given, our bosses at SB Nation had every site do something like this. And it's just asking some simple questions. And it's a way to look forward to the season, look about where the season was. If you've sort of missed the off season until now, this is really the column for you because it covers everything pretty thoroughly. We've got a couple of more pieces that I wanted to touch on, and then I'll let you guys get on with your day. Matt Robinson wrote she's been writing a weekly column called Basketball is About Feelings, and she sort of dips into Luka Doncic's summers and really asks the question, are Luka's European summers his biggest weakness? I really love this column, number one. It's great. She's been writing it for 5 weeks now, and it's just a fun way to look at, both what Luka's done up until now, and then sort of asking the question from a big picture level of is this Luka's, is what Luka's been doing the last several years, the best thing for him, and then sort of analyzes it through the fact that he's a human being, and Luka needs to have some, some fun. And I don't know. I like this column. I think that it's worth going and reading. Again, all of these are in the show notes if you missed any of these, or you just go to mavsmoneyball.com and search it out. The last piece was what was it here? Brian Zillum wrote some trade targets to keep an eye on, and trade target columns are both my least and most favorite column type because they get everybody talking. And, he asks a question, like he has 4 different trade scenarios. He thinks the Mavericks should maybe consider trading for Terrence Ross, Corey Joseph, TJ McConnell, and then RJ Hampton. That's the 4 trade targets. Then he goes through why the Mavericks might do it, why they wouldn't, what would be the point of it, and the comments to it are great because you just get to see people's strong opinions on what other players and other teams are worth, along with, how we as fans value particular players. Because for most of these, he has to include Josh Green, and people are still just very tightly tied to Josh Green. I get it. It just it makes me laugh whenever I read about it. This isn't in the post because it's not official yet, but it does seem Facu Campazzo, that signing is going to happen relatively soon, probably before the season starts. And that's where we are with things. So a little later today will be another podcast with Ben Zadell and I as we do we go through the rest of sort of the player previews. There's 6 players we've yet to get to, and we're going to talk about those, and then we'll see what other podcasts we have coming up in the week. But like I said at the start of the show, this is a really we're here. We've made it through preseason. We've made it through the summer. We've got a couple of days left, and then we start the season with a late game, 9 p.m. against the Phoenix Suns, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great start to your week. This has been Kirk Henderson of Moneyball Minute. We'll talk with you soon.
Today's episode is brought to you by Cars.com. With over 2 million vehicles and 50,000 more added every day, Cars.com will match you with the perfect car for you, your budget, your life, your style. And if you're ready to say goodbye to your current car, Cars.com will get you an instant offer to cash it in. Just start by entering your license plate and get matched with a local dealer who will write you the check. So whether you're looking to buy or sell, just go to Cars.com. It's magical.